Hi everybody, welcome to the new QuickSolar 2.3, which includes the introduction of our new loan modeling feature. This has been in the making for quite some time now, and I'm super excited to finally be able to share it with you and show you how to model your own loans that you can create and save and apply to your proposals. There's a lot of ground to cover here, so I apologize in advance if this video runs a little bit longer than the other video tutorials, but I want to make sure I cover everything related to these loans. I started a new design and I'm looking at the QuickSolar design tool, and you'll notice some improvements made to the user interface. Most notably, when you go to the More menu, you'll find a new feature here called Financing Options. Let's click on that. In QuickSolar, we now have the ability to show a cash option in any design just like before, but also have the ability to show a loan. Any loan profile can be saved and applied to future designs, where it can be loaded here at the top. Depending on which type of financing you choose for a design, be it a cash or a loan, you will get a different proposal, which we'll take a look at in a second. If you want to change the cost per watt for your design, you'll do that now here. Just enter any value and click apply. If you want to create a new loan profile, simply select the type and change it to loan. This is my new loan form, a quick set of fields that I need to enter to model my desired loan. At the bottom of this form, you'll notice a View Annual Loan Table link. I'm going to click that to show my annual loan table. These values, which are all dollar amounts by the way, will update automatically as I move through my form, so you can follow along and see how my changes affect my annual figures. So the first field is name, which is what the customer will see on their proposal once it's generated, and how you identify this loan profile if you decide to save it for the future. I'm going to call this my awesome 15K loan. System cost is really the loan amount, or what's the total amount of this loan. It'll always default to the current purchase price, which in this case was set at $4 a watt, but of course this can be changed to any amount. And for my awesome 15K loan, it's going to be $15,000. Now, if I click this green arrow here, we can see I've got some more options. Loan payment is my monthly amount on the loan, which is automatically calculated based on a standard algorithm for calculating loan payments. If you want to change this value, you can, but it's not really recommended since it's linked to some of these other values like interest rate and term length. If you change this value, it'll break those links, so unless you have your own algorithm you want to use, it's best to leave this alone. Same as cash period, essentially erases the interest payment the customer would normally be making in that time period. Deferred principal payments allows you to move principal payments to the loan from the beginning of the term until after the term is over. So if I enter 6 months here, the first 6 months of principal payments will be moved to the 6 months after the term of the loan. An annual O&M fee. This is a fixed operation and maintenance fee that's tacked on to the total loan payment for each year of that term, and there's no inflation on that. This is a fixed fee. Moving on to interest rate, I can change my interest rate here. We're going to make this awesome loan a 4.99% rate, not too bad. And again, I'm able to click this green arrow to reveal some more options. My interest amount is my monthly interest payment. This is calculated by simply multiplying the total loan amount by the interest rate that I've entered and dividing by 12 months. Again, I can change this automatically calculated interest amount, but changing this will break my links to other values, so be careful if you do decide to change this. You'll need to change it again if you decide to go back and change the interest rate or system cost after the fact. Interest only period, I can charge interest only to my customer for any given amount of months, and this will essentially erase any principal payments normally made in that time. I can defer interest charges until after the term of the loan has expired. Just like deferred principal payment calculation, this takes any amount of monthly interest charges from the beginning of the term and moves them to after the term. I can also indicate that an interest payment is tax deductible, which basically adds the interest payments to the savings calculation of my loan. Length of term, how many years is my loan term? Let's call it 20 years. What's my down payment, if there is any? This will appear on my proposal, but I'm going to leave it at 0. Reamortized tax credit, that's basically an indicator of do you want to use your federal 30% tax credit to pay off part of your loan and reduce your monthly payment. If I click the green arrow here, I'm also able to input a max annual value. How much of that total federal tax credit will be applied per year. This is useful if you know your customer's annual federal tax liability won't exceed a certain number, say $5,000. Any remainder will carry over until the next year until that full tax credit is realized. Assign other rebates to installer refers to all the other rebates, state, utility, and regional solar incentives. If you select yes, these incentives won't be applied to the model. If it's no, the incentives will be included in my solar incentives column. Again, I can set a max per year to put a cap on the amount that can be applied for each year. Okay, so my awesome 15K loan is looking pretty good. If this is something that you want to save for future designs, click the save link here at the bottom. Okay, this loan is now available in the drop-down menu here at the top of the screen and will be for all future designs. If I ever want to delete it from my list, simply click the delete link in the bottom left corner here. Just be careful when you do this. Once you delete the saved loan, old proposals that use this loan will not load properly. Click apply to finish up, and we can see a little synopsis of this loan in the savings tab over here of my main design tool screen. When I click done in the upper right, my proposal will load in a new window. Going through the new loan proposal here, we don't see any real difference from the cash proposal until we get to the final page. Everything looks good here. Okay, so here's my new financing page for my customer's proposal. The loan name appears at the top. On the left-hand side, we have our annual cost savings graph. The green represents the customer's savings based on the old energy bills that you've entered. And the black is their new total payment for energy and their loan payment. So that's why we've labeled it as our total energy payment. I can hover over the green and black on the graph for each year to see my annual figures. It's important to note here that you really do need to have either consumption or cost data entered into the energy bill section of your project page for the loan to model itself properly. Without any data, we really have no idea what the true savings are, so you're going to see some funky looking numbers here or a bunch of weird negative values. On the right hand side, we have some data points pertinent to the loan. The first section up here has to do with the customer's current pre-solar situation. They're now paying this much per month for energy. Here's the current utility rate, the rate of inflation that I previously specified, the average rate throughout the term of the loan, and finally, what's their average utility rate at the end of their term down the road. My new monthly energy payment is the sum of these two things, their new monthly energy bill after solar, or their cost of energy, plus their average monthly loan payment. What do you get when you subtract their new monthly energy payment from their old one? You get their average monthly savings. Underneath that, we have their cost of doing nothing over the 25-year life of their system, their new total cost of energy over the same period. Remember, that includes the cost of energy as well as the loan payment, and the difference between the two, which is their lifetime savings. Finally, at the bottom, we have some more figures modeled out by the loan. Our down payment, what's the total loan amount, what's the interest rate, the length of the term of the loan, and our annual O&M fee. Of course, there's more data that could be shown, but we really want to keep these proposals simple for the homeowner and not overwhelm them with too much data. Just show them the basics, what they need to know about their solar system. So there you have it. The first version of our loan modeling feature, which we'll be making constant improvements to based on your feedback. So if you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section below on our YouTube channel or just email us at info@quicksolar.com. Thanks for staying with me for this extra long, extra special video tutorial. I hope you enjoy the new QuickSolar version 2.3. As always, you can sign up for free at quicksolar.com. Until next time, keep designing.